G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm going to review and compare these three Armytek lights. We've got the Armytek Predator Pro, the Armytek Viking Pro, and the Armytek Dobermann Pro. Let's check it out. All right, so I've always wanted to compare these three lights. I always see them on the market. I see that they're marketed as tactical or hunting style lights, and I've always wanted to compare them. So if we just look here at first glance, you will see that the Dobermann Pro is the smallest of the lot. Now they all take the same batteries. They do all take the Armytek 18650 3500 milliamp 3.7 volt batteries. And if we just look at the sizes here, guys, we've got the Dobermann on the left, the Viking in the middle, and the Predator on the right. And if we just start off with the measurements, the Dobermann comes in at 14.6 centimeters from bezel to end of tail clicky. And then the Viking comes in at 15.6 centimeters from bezel to end of tail clicky. And then the Predator comes in at about 16 centimeters, I would say, from bezel to end of tail clicky. So the Predator is about a millimeter or two taller than the Viking, and then the Dobermann falls short as well. Dobermann's a really, really nice size light. I really like this light. Now let's have a look at the weight of all three. So the Predator Pro comes in at 184.86 grams. The Viking comes in at 185.26 grams. And the Dobermann comes in at 165.2 grams. So that was with batteries all included. Now, the face of the Dobermann comes in at 3.3 centimeters wide. The Viking comes in at 4 centimeters exactly wide. And the Predator comes in at 4 centimeters exactly wide as well. So let's take the Dobermann out of it just for a moment. We've got the Viking on the left and the Predator on the right. They're both basically identical lights externally, right? But if we look inside and look at the LEDs and at the reflectors, this is where the massive difference is. So I do not know exactly what LEDs each of them are using, but I do know that this LED on the right is a very throwy LED, and this LED on the left is going to have a more of a mixed beam hotspot, and that is going to be complemented by the orange peel rippled reflector. So very, very different lights once you look inside the head. Externally, they look very, very similar. Internally, very, very different. Now the Dobermann Pro here on my left comes in at a 1500 lumen max and has 368 meters of throw. Then the Viking comes in at 2,200 lumen max and has a 288 meter throw. And then the Predator has a 1,500 lumen max, but has a 501 meter throw. So you can see with the size of the head, the smooth reflector, and the throwy LED, this is your thrower of the bunch, okay? So if you want a thrower out of these three, then you're gonna go the Predator Pro without a doubt. If you want more of a mixed beam, not so much a floodlight, but more of a mixed beam light with more lumens, then you're definitely going to want to go the Viking Pro. But if you want a more pocketable light with still 1500 lumens, but only around 300 meters of throw, then you're definitely going to want the Dobermann. Now, all three of these lights have the exact same UI. So on hunting mode, as they call it, you will have a constant on of your max output. 1500 lumens over here, 2200 lumens over here, and then 1500 lumens over here. But when the light head is unscrewed a little bit, just a little bit, you then enter your low, medium, high, and strobe function. So we got low, well that's strobe, so low, medium, high, and strobe. And you can constant on for any one of those. But then as soon as I tighten the head back up, it goes straight into your max output. And then in the Viking Pro, there is your max output of 2200 lumens. But if I unscrew the head a bit, we are now in our low, medium, high strobe setting. Low, medium, high strobe. And it will be the same with the Doberman Pro. So there's your max output, but then turning the head, we will have our low, medium, high strobe. And you can click and constant on for any of those outputs. Now you can disable strobe from these lights if you want. You just have to click the tail switch on and off. I think it is more than 10 or 20 times, and then it will either enable or disable your strobe. So you will lose strobe function in your low, medium, and high if you don't want it, and then you can bring it back if you do want it. But now there's a second menu that all these lights have. So if I unscrew and screw the tail head up 8 times consecutively, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See that flicker? So that was 10 times, not 8, I apologize. Now we are into a different mode setting. So now it is still your max output on when it's tightened up, but now I unscrew and screw back up, and now we're in low mode. Unscrew, screw back up, high mode. And if I unscrew and keep it unscrewed, we're in strobe. Tighten it back up, max output. Loosen, tighten, low mode. Loosen, tighten, high mode. Loosen, keep it loose, strobe. Tighten, high mode. So it'll be the same with this one. So we have your Viking Pro here. Turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flicker. Now we are low mode. Unscrew, screw. High mode. Unscrew, keep it unscrewed. Strobe. Tighten it back up. High mode. And it'll be the exact same with the Predator Pro. So let's turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flicker. Now, unscrew, screw, low mode, unscrew, screw, high mode, unscrew, keep it unscrewed, strobe. All right. So that is your tactical function, whereas your hunting function is the first function that we had. Now, I hope that wasn't too confusing, guys. So we do have 2 main menus, really. So in menu 1, the hunting menu, you will have max output when you screw the light head up. And then when you unscrew it, you will have access to low, medium, and high and strobe. That's for all 3 of these lights. And then your second menu will be your high output, and then unscrew and screw back up will be your low output, and then unscrew and keep it unscrewed will be your strobe output. All of these 3 lights do the exact same thing. They are very, very good at what they do. Let's just take a look at the tail caps here, guys. They are all absolutely identical. You have identical rubber tactical rings, which are very, very comfortable for either holding tactically or holding in pistol grip like that. Okay, so now let's have a look at these on the wall. So we have the Doberman Pro on the left and the Predator Pro on the right. As you can see, much smaller hotspot in the Predator, and that is because there is much more candela, so a further throw. Really beautiful hotspot in the Doberman as well, though. And the spill looks a little bit cleaner in the Predator than in the Doberman. And now I have the Viking on my right and the Doberman on my left. And the Viking will offer more of a mixed beam, does have that orange peel reflector, bigger hotspot, beautiful amount of lumens, 2,200 here and 1,500 here. And then I'll finally compare the Viking on my left and the Predator on my right. Vast difference in hotspots because a vast difference in candela. And over here we have a orange peel reflector, and over here we have a smooth reflector, but the heads are identical. Same width, same size, same everything, but different LEDs and different reflectors, and that's what you will get. All right, guys, let's head outside for some night shots, and then we'll be back for some final thoughts on the Predator Pro, Viking Pro, and Doberman Pro. See you in a sec. All right, That is the Doberman Pro on max output. Doberman Pro, max output. That is the Viking Pro on max output. And the Predator Pro on max output. Very nice. All right, so obviously they all perform very, very well. Which one would you choose? Well, it definitely depends on what you would use them for. If I was using these lights for purely hunting and nothing else, I would definitely go the Predator Pro. It's got more throw, tighter hotspot, and that's what you want for hunting in my opinion. If I was using it for maybe in-home self-defense or security or something like that, I'd probably want the Viking because it's got the most lumens, the largest hotspot, and it is going to offer you the most amount of, self-defense capabilities with the most light being shined at somebody. But then again, if you want pocketability, you still want a high amount of lumens, good candela, good throw, things like that, then your Doberman Pro would be your best friend. So if I had to choose between one of these three, I would choose the Doberman, and that is because I love my smaller lights. So this would be the one I would choose, no doubt, but it all depends on what you're going to use the light for. Now, price will come into your decision, guys, not too much, but the Doberman Pro comes in at 140 Australian dollars. The Viking and the Predator both come in at 160. So that's all from Light Shop, these prices, and you can pick all of these up from Light Shop. I will leave a link directing you straight to them, and I will leave some discount codes as well. So that's it for me today, guys. I've always wanted to compare these three lights. I find them very fascinating and very interesting UI, and they just feel, they feel like they are quality. So pick yourself one up if you're interested, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.